Hello and welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show. I am Matt, here with Nick, and it is 2020. We have 2020 vision on where we're only looking at winners and we are only looking at profits. It is a clean slate.
What inspiration board did you steal that from?
You know, I've been looking at a lot of Tony Robbins Instagram feeds, so, really just trying to channel that Gary V energy in. And after about a month, I believe, of no fights, I am itching to do some gambling. Football's been keeping me okay.
I know we're running out of that too.
We're running out of that, but we're going to amp up the MMA betting. We got a good, actually not even that good of a card. We have a great main event. I'm sure everyone's excited for. There's things to bet on. So that being said, let's get right into things. Nick, who do you have first?
All right, first up, this is going to be the potential for the Nick Bonehead pick of the week. Full disclosure. Or I'm just going to be a genius. It's one. Obviously, that's how every single fight goes. But this one more. My other fights, if I lose, I'll be like, okay, like those are kind of hypothetical outcomes. Like it could have gone. I feel like all my other picks, I can make a case for both sides really, regardless of what happens in the fight. So even if some of my other picks get knocked out right away, it's not going to be a situation where I can't believe you picked that one. In this fight, if this goes poorly early, or even at any point in time for that matter, everyone is going to be telling me that I am an idiot, which is totally fine. My first pick is going to be, I'm going dog. A lot of dogs running this week. Andre Fili plus 135 against Super Sadiq Youssef.
Love it.
I was going through some Sadiq stuff. Obviously, superb athlete, big time power puncher, bricks for hands, super composed, almost too composed, and that's why I'm going with Fili. His foot was very off the gas these last couple fights until it was on the gas, if that makes sense. I don't really see a whole lot of wrestling going on here by anybody, and I'm just going to trust that Fili is not going to get hit with a fucking nuclear right hand and put him out. And at plus 135, if Sadiq is going to be as... I use composed because he is composed, but he seems very willing to let the other guy get off strikes while he waits for his perfect moment in the pocket. Now, he doesn't take a lot of damage, but eventually points count for something when you go to the cards. And so I could see Fili not get knocked out. He could survive and just steal 2 rounds on a high activity. His last couple fights, he has been active with jabs. A lot of straight punches, a lot of shitty kicks that really don't do a whole lot of damage, but they just kind of are there. And that's the kind of stuff that scores wins against guys that don't do anything. So I've got Andre Fili plus 135. We're going dogs. We're hot out of the gate in 2020.
Okay, as you can see by my excitement, I also have Mr. Touchy-Feely himself. Coming from a guy that I very much disliked. God damn it, Andre Fili, you've turned me. I'm not going to co-sign on the tattoos. I never will. Those things are fucking...
That Uriah Faber butt chin on the calf?
Exactly. They could definitely use some work, but I've become a fan of his fighting style. Like you said, the jab has greatly improved, which is one of the most useful punches in the UFC that you almost no one really fully utilizes. I just like him here, especially because Sadiq, very good, talented prospect, but he's still very early in his career. You gotta go with Mr. Touchy-Feely. I love him. I think it's gone up from I had it saw it at 125, so you better for me 135.
Yeah, 135 is what I just saw, and I just double checked right before this show. So I guess we'll kick it over to me again. We're going up again, and I don't know why I said that about that last pick. This also might be another pick. I got a lot of, I could be an idiot picks coming on this card. That said, I'm going to look like a fucking genius when all these dogs win. We are going to jump up to some of the juicier action on the card, and I'm just going to come right out and say it. I still can't get over the Wheaties box, man. I'm going Anthony Pettis plus 200 against Diego Ferreira. I gotta be honest though, whereas with Touchy-Feely, I see a very clear path to victory, as in just stay outside, do what you normally do, stick to the bread and butter, and don't get knocked out. Pretty simple. Anthony Pettis, his strategy is the opposite, where I really don't know how he's gonna win outside of something insane. So, that said, dude, I'm a big strength of schedule guy. I always say this all the time. I am a huge proponent of, if you play with the best, the third best SEC team is 5 times better than any MAC team.
Yeah.
Is 5 times better than any team in the Big East. It's just the way the world works. And Anthony Pettis, my God, that dude has been through the ringer. Now, he's taken a shitload of damage. He's shown a complete inability to fill the holes in his game. Some of which, a.k.a. the pressure fight, like the ability to deal with guys that will come forward and just straight up clinch and engage him. Not ideal against a guy with Ferreira's grappling and willingness to take a punch. Ness, I guess, if you want to call it a skill. That said, I gotta go with, I don't really... Ferreira's, this will be it. I mean, if he can beat Pettis, and I know that's like kind of a shitty benchmark in the year of our good Lord 2020, but this will kind of get him into those routine top 7, top 8 fights. But until I see it, I'm going with the guy that is proven to... Pettis has beaten Benson Henderson. Like, that's in there somewhere. Pettis has those submissions to beat elite guys in there somewhere. He has Superman punches that put away Wonder Boy at 170 in there somewhere. I know those are in the arsenal. I don't know if Diego Ferreira has necessarily big fight. I mean, yes, he beat Mirbek Taisimov like that, which we all thought was crazy at the time, and now Taisimov looks like ass. So like, I don't know how to take that win even. But I know that Pettis has got something in there, and at plus 200, like when outside of getting Anthony Pettis. I'm trying to think outside of the Wonder Boy line when he goes up to 170. I can't remember the last time you're catching Anthony Pettis at a plus 200 line.
2-1 dogs. It's pretty crazy. And what helps that case, which almost led me to bet on Pettis, even though despite my brain telling me you go Ferreira, is Pettis has, I think, past his 7 fights has been win-loss, win-loss, win-loss.
I love those. I love them.
Last fight was a loss, so
love them. I love that.
Literally was going to put Ferreira on the card, but I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, those guys are so fucking good. I think there's something mentally where it's like, well, it's just my body clock's telling me it's time for a win. So don't hate that bet. My next bet is coming in the Macy Barber Roxanne Modafferi fight.
Reach for it, King. Reach for it.
Going into this fight, everyone was all gumdrops and rainbows talking about Roxanne Modafferi, how nice of a sportsman she is because she gave Macy the heads up about, I guess, the bath or not having bathtubs for cutting weight or something like that. She DM'd her.
That may have been a problem.
If you think for 1 second that's going to stop Macy Barber from absolutely wanting to cave in Roxanne Modafferi's face, you are gravely mistaken. Macy Barber is a bad fucking bitch and is a monster. I doubt Roxanne Modafferi has fought anyone with nearly as much power as she has, as well as the fact that Macy Barber just looks like that type of girl that she just wants to knock bitches out. It's the same look that you see on World Star videos where there's that one girl that's willing to square up where she's like, I don't care, I just want to hurt you and finish you, and you can't teach that kind of want, that true desire
for pain.
Let's
also not forget that Roxanne Modafferi is just not good at fighting.
See, that's the thing, but I feel like I've lost on her multiple times. So, I don't know, but I like Macy Barber. I think she's probably going to finish her, so I'm taking her at minus 900 and TKO minus 195.
Oh, yeah. What? That's only minus 195?
Yep.
Oh, that's stealing.
Yep.
I will be putting that in live. That can't be stealing picks, but that will go in live. That's ridiculous. Okay. Third pick. Not quite lock of the week just yet, but this is Nick's official, I think it's Holly Holm's done time fight pick of the week.
Sit back for this one.
I think it's curtains for your girl Holly. What is she doing? Like, she thinks she's getting another run at the title. I know that she's talking about that. I'm not feeling it. What to do? What? Get KO'd by Amanda Nunes again? Those two were so clearly on different stratospheres, and that's everyone in Amanda Nunes right now. So that it's not like a knock on Holly, but it's just I feel like she's gotten up to the top. She's gotten multiple undeserved title shots, lost all of them. Even though the Jermaine Durandamy fight, we could make a case that went either way. Okay, very fair, but you lost. Okay, the books say you lost. You lose that. I just don't know what she's fighting, and I know I'm missing the motivation for her. Where a Raquel Pennington, I'm not seeing too much motivation for her either, seeing that she also got her ass kicked by Amanda Nunes. But it's one thing to get your ass kicked and then like, okay, I'm going to climb my way back to another title shot. I'll get 2 title shots in a shallow division and then see my way to the door. As opposed to Holly Holm, Holly Holm has been to almost the top of the mountain after she got knocked off the top of the mountain.
Shut up, Siri.
Fucking bitch. Holly Holm I don't even know what I was saying. Holly Holm has been almost to the top of the mountain so many times that it's like, I don't know if she's got another climb to almost the top of the summit in her. Couple that with, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Holly Holm's volume, it never was a Nate Diaz volume. But after she lost the belt, it seems like her volume has gone down literally every fight. And the noises that she makes, a la Caitlin Chukagian style, goes up every fight. Now, sometimes that wins fights. I'm not thinking that here. I think this is where she just is half a step too slow. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a 3-2 decision. There are going to be people debating it. I think Raquel Pennington, just sheerly on activity, willingness to pull the trigger, whether they're meaningful or not, is going to scoop up another tight decision win at plus 105, I believe it was.
I get what you're saying with the Holly Holm thing, just because it does kind of feel like her time is kind of up.
Yeah.
Like this whole song and dance of her being like, oh, she's on the cusp. I think she's about to get like booted from the party pretty soon. I just don't know if it's Raquel Pennington, because she's also kind of like...
She's also there, but I mean, I just think that we've milked this head cake for all it's worth.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
You've been discharged.
Exactly.
All right, my next fight comes in the Alexio Oleinik versus Maurice Green fight. Both of these guys have their downfalls. Alexi being that he's 42 years old and pretty much a dinosaur, and Maurice Green is literally cross-eyed, and his best win comes against Junior the Diaper Albini. So
that's not great.
Not looking great here, but this came down to was the fact that Maurice Green is a certified psychopath. His nickname is the Crochet Boss. And you know how he got that nickname? Because he was taking the Metra, the Crochet Boss. You know, like crocheting?
Yeah, okay.
He would take the Metra every day from Evanston to Chicago and crochet on the train every day.
Does he train here?
I don't know if he trains here anymore, but like he was from Evanston, he's from here. Imagine a 6'7" fighter just sitting here crocheting scarves all day. That is a certified lunatic. And if you think a psychopath isn't going to take the opportunity to choke an old man in public, you're greatly mistaken. He's going to hurt this man. I love him at plus 125 just because, the Crochet Boss, it's either going to be like, this catapults him into like, okay, that's a badass nickname, or that is one of the lamest nicknames of all time.
Yeah, maybe he's just really actually into crochet. That's the other alternative of this.
No, he legitimately...
No, I'm saying, but like in a not psychopath way. Like he's just...
I don't think those...
It depends.
That line doesn't intersect very much.
Is he going to win or lose the fight?
True.
That's the determining factor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So lock of the week time. We're going to the main event. We're laying the minus 290.
Yep.
We're doing it. You got to believe. It's just like every wrestling coach in the history of ever has said, every time you're down by 2 points and you somehow need to stand up and get a takedown in 15 seconds. You got to believe. Okay? I'm ready for Conor to be back. I hate that it's at 170. I hate that it's 5 rounds. I hate that it's savvy Donald Cerrone who makes a killing on these bets. Like when Donald Cerrone is in this underdoggy, we really think that he's going to get knocked out, the young cat's going to take him out spot. This is where Donald Cerrone shines. Almost always, except for against Justin Gaethje. And Darren Till, of course. But other than that, Donald Cerrone's losing to the top of the heap. Do we know if Conor's still at the top of the heap? I don't know. We're going to find out how serious his training has been. We've lost a lot of the cockiness. We haven't lost like a lot of the swagger, but it's not as elitist swagger as it used to be. It's not a lot of talking down to people. It's more, I'm just here. I'm going to knock everyone out. I like these fights. Cool. A lot less of the bullying people. Who the fuck is that guy? We're missing all that kind of swagger. I don't know what's going to happen, but I got to believe, I got to imagine the power is going to carry. The boxing looks just as good as ever. I'm going to believe Dominic Cruz doing his job, what he's paid to do by the UFC, and hype the fight, telling Brendan Schaub that Conor's looking better than ever and he's got a whole new bag of tricks that he can use that we've never seen before. I'm going to buy into John Kavanaugh saying that this camp was absolutely perfect, and I'm sold. I'm going Conor McGregor. I'm thinking early, I don't know, first round, probably second round knockout. We're looking at a repeat Eddie Alvarez performance, and then I'm going to jump all the way back in on the bandwagon and say give him Khabib again so that he can get the title back. That's just how this is going to work. Lock it up, rub it down. Proper 12 on the nightcap tomorrow night at the celebration party. Everyone's drinking whiskeys. Go Irish.
Yeah, yeah, go Irish. I have the same pick, lock of the week, minus 295. Also, my book specifically, I placed this bet on Wednesday, has rounds, Connor finishes Cowboy in the first or second round, minus 120. So I'm taking that as well if you have it on your book. Pretty much everything you said, plus Dana White cherry-picked this, like he cherry-picked Conor McGregor's next fight for whatever matchup is going to be most favorable to him, and that's Cowboy Cerrone. Like, the leg kicks, the body kicks, his weaknesses to lefties, it's just horrible matchup for Cowboy, and let's say, it just seems like a scenario like Dana White's going to do everything he can, like something, like, if Cowboy's up late, he's just going to do
banana peel.
Yeah, banana peel, like, it's going to be like the Super Bowl when, like, the lights went out, and then basically Dana White's going to be like, that's the equivalent of when you flip the Monopoly board. It's like, oh, game's over, doesn't count, whatever, Connor advances, whatever. Just, Dana White knows how much is at stake because he's either going to set up a Masvidal fight or, like you said, Khabib, fuck it, he may even fight GSP. So, but that all starts with a win over Cowboy. This one is, hey, just, you're seeing the chains, this is just get to the first down. So there's a little football analogy for you. But
go Irish.
Love that one here. Go Irish. Little bit nervous because we looking back at our records, we really don't have a lot of luck when we're on the same people.
No.
But which is funny because then it's like statistically when we're opposite sides, one of us is gonna win. That's literally the only times. But I'm feeling very confident about this one, and it's just gonna be more fun if Connor wins. So let's do it, guys. We're gonna be live tweeting this one. I don't know if anything is there anything on the undercard that moves the needle at all?
No.
So
there's not.
We'll be on come main card.
Watch Mo Green fight.
I might have to watch. I might have to turn into the crochet box. If he brings out any crochet in there, like that would be badass.
That's a game changer.
Because if everyone goes, they grab their shirt, they grab their hat. He just puts on the crochet hat and a crochet sweater. Then I'm like, this guy, 6'7", he's fucking huge, like that. Anyways, tweet us along at Below the Belt MMA. You can find me at Broliva and Nick at _ a guy and a gi. Peace out, guys.